Well, it's a chair, but it's more than a chair. In a lot of ways, it is a special chair. I am really liking some of the stuff that Funhorun sent out. I've never worked with the brand before. I haven't seen a lot of this stuff in person. And now I have two things in hand. I have that blind behind me, which is one of the 4-way see-through blinds with 2 doors, and it's got 4 windows. It's got a weather-resistant shell and all that. You can see through it when you're hunting. I think it's phenomenal. And with the same exterior camo pattern, I have this chair from Funhorun. This is their hunting chair. It is a swivel chair. As you can see, it is incredibly quiet. This thing barely makes any noise. It's got a very quiet material. It's got arm rests. It has extendable leg portions for width and then wide feet. And you can also set the lift height to a fixed height. It takes a lot of weight. I'm a little bit bigger of a guy. I'm 6'5", 240, 245 pounds, and this thing just doesn't make sound. That's one of the really important things about a hunting chair is it can't be noisy. It can't go, you know, when you lean back in it. It has to be comfortable because hunting, sometimes you're sitting out there 8-10 hours of a day. If you're really committed, maybe more. And you just don't want something that's uncomfortable. You also need something that fits bigger guys. Some of us who hunt have our backpacks with us. So you need a chair that can be compact. You'll carry it with you. And then you also need it to support your weight and be able to move it around a blind on level ground to some degree. And you need some wide feet for a base to stabilize you as you're leaning back, you're moving around your blind, you're actually moving your tripod around inside of something like that. This chair seems to do all that for me. I'm actually quite pleasantly surprised at the price point as well. This is not an expensive chair, but the features would lead you to think this would be a little bit more expensive than it is. Let me talk you through some of the features briefly, and then I'll just throw it in the blind and give you a picture of what that would look like to put the two together. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that this does break down. You can carry it around relatively easy, and underneath, remove the handle and strap, you have a pin that you can actually pull from the other side. I'll loosen that out. I'm going to take out the pin which holds the height together for me. It is attached to a cord, so you're not going to lose it. That's a really good idea. I'm glad they did that because I lose stuff. This is attached to a cord. You're not going to lose it, and I can actually make this whole thing lift to a new height. Inside, you have a few holes in that post so I can get to an appropriate height. When I'm hunting in a blind, the window height is one of the considerations I have, and this will allow you for any window I've ever hunted out of. Whether you have a really tall window, one of those really small lifter windows that lifts up rather, and usually they're a small slotted window, this will reach up to that height, or all the way down. Let's drop this down to its lowest configuration. Now I'm really low. And there we go. I'm really low. Move these arms back in. Those are adjustable. And now this is pretty much like desk height at a computer, maybe a little bit lower than that for me, actually. So you have an adjustment for the height. These legs themselves, I'm going to try not to do this too clumsily, but they do condense down. I can twist off the entire base, and I used a wrench to do this, so maybe I shouldn't, but I think I got it. Let's twist it off. Make this look as complicated as possible. Okay, twist off the legs. It's threaded in a very large nut, so I don't think you're going to break this, even if you're much heavier than I am. I really don't think you're going to break this one. It seems to be overbuilt and threaded very, very far. Oh my goodness, there it is. Okay, so you can take that apart. This condenses down. There are a couple straps here, and you can put this together and carry this as a package. It does have a carry handle so that you could wear it over a shoulder or whatever you need to do to make this convenient to carry. It breaks down well, so if you needed to put it in a bag or maybe just carrying it in your camper, your vehicle, throw it in a hunting shack as an extra chair, it does break down. It'll slide under a couch, wherever else you need to put it for storage. I'm gonna go ahead and thread that back in now that I've taken the work to take it out. And I'm being a little bit facetious and silly. It's not that hard to do. to thread it back in. I'm thankful that it threads all the way. It's just very, very robust. It's overbuilt, which is a good thing. I don't need a chair that I'm going to fall through or that's going to be noisy because it's ultra lightweight or whatever. That's not what I need. I need something strong to take with me to the blind that I have sitting behind me. Now check out these feet. These feet can all move and articulate. They're on a ball, if you can see that here. So this twist, they're on a ball. These can move around. They have grip and texture to it, but they're made for ground that isn't perfectly flat. You can set this on grass or sand or dirt, and it's gonna help move this around so that this stays level. This is a really great idea, and they do pack down nice when it's time to condense the entire thing like this. They can close up on you like that, so the whole package stays nice and tight, and then they fan out pretty good when you extend it. One more time, the height adjustment is set through this and in here like that. I'm going to go ahead and throw that pin back through. I'll get it to the height that I think is comfortable, which is probably a little lower, to be honest. Even for me, it goes taller than I need, which is a good thing. I have lots of availability of height if I need it. Now switching this back over, I can lift up the center, and we're back in business. From here, I'll talk about these armrests. So with the armrest, it actually just lifts. The really convenient thing about this is not just meeting your arms where they're at, is if I'm shooting off a tripod and I need some rear support, I can actually just turn my chair a little bit and use this as rear support for my elbow, my arm, or the butt of my rifle even. It gets that high. It's got some nice metal teeth that engage in here. It grabs onto this track inside, and all I need to do to move it is push that down. It slides in silently. It's absolutely silent. Now pulling it out might make a little bit of sound, but pushing it back in, it's absolutely silent. Yeah, it doesn't make too much noise, actually. It's pretty quiet. Overall, if you get this thing dirty, it's easy to take this off. It'll actually lift off. You can bend it off there and untie it. It is attached to this metal frame, nice heavy duty metal frame. You have a metal backer on here you can hang stuff from. It's, again, really robust material, a good solid weld on all these, as well as screws. So this whole thing is overbuilt, and it folds. So this material is easy to wipe off, wash, clean, and it folds down to get out of the way. It kind of turns into a little table if you had two chairs. I really like this whole thing. I can advocate for it because I'm 6'5", it holds me, it gets me to every height I need. It has features that I've never had before on a hunting chair. And it matches the camo for my blind. All right, I am tired, it's been a long day. It's really comfortable. I sit out and watch the lake tonight. I do feel like this is a well-designed chair. The price is right, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. It's a nice camo chair. It's great for hunting. It's gonna fit if you get that blind, as you saw in the interior. It allows me to silently move and navigate from window to window. Whether you have a pre-built blind already, you got a wood blind, maybe a polymer blind, and you just wanna be as quiet as possible to reduce echo, this thing does not bring a bunch of sound to the table. If you have a stand and you're sitting inside of a fabric blind, where sound does get out a little more easily, this material is not the kind of material that makes a lot of sound. It seems to be pretty quiet. It's not quite soft touch material, but it also will shed water and snow easier and be cleaned off more readily. So I can recommend it. I think the price point is incredible. Thank you to Funhorun for sending stuff out to the channel. The next video you're gonna see with this chair and that blind will be me actually hunting. I got some small game lined up, some large game, or big game lined up for the fall, and I'm really looking forward to using this stuff. That's when you'll get your next update.